Hello everyone, today we have Lucas Pierce from LPLC. One of the situations that I had, it was a very complicated situation. It was a divorce and clients came to me and they asked me what are the best things that they can do to make the process smoother. So we want to ask Lucas, what is his recommendation about this situation?
Yeah, thanks, Marin. We get this all the time, clients coming through who are separating or getting divorced. Some of the things that they can do right up front when they meet with you and they let you know that they're getting divorced or separated is one, having extremely transparent conversations with you. If I speak to them, I will tell them to speak to a family law lawyer for the purpose of getting something in writing. That is the most important piece of information I would be giving to them, is having some sort of agreement in writing as to how the sale pros are being split, what debts are being paid out, and who's doing what. Because anything short of that, when they come through to sign the paperwork at closing, if there isn't an agreement between the two parties, some of the things that jeopardize breaching on the contract, both of them, not being able to release sale proceeds to both parties. So everyone getting on the same page in the form of an agreement, whether that's a separation agreement or if they already have an agreement from pre-marriage that states what's happening with the properties, that's great. But getting something reduced to writing as to what's happening with the sale proceeds is the best thing to help the clients have the smooth closing process.
That's awesome. Thanks for answering the question. We've been asked from the buyers in the recent transaction we had that what are the CPLs or liens on the title?
Yeah, so we have clients again come through all the time where they're selling a property. Perhaps one of the spouses has put a CPL on the title of the property, in other words, a certificate of pending litigation. Now, if both spouses own the property, the CPL is effectively useless to be put on the title of the property. However, to answer your question about what kind of happens, because buyers do have questions about them all the time, these CPLs or other liens have to be removed from the title of the property. So the individual, if one of the spouses has put the CPL on the title of the property, they're the ones that have to remove it. And now if that spouse is unwilling to remove the certificate of pending litigation come closing, ultimately both sellers, both spouses, will be in breach of their contract with not being able to provide clear title of the property. So again, to my earlier point, having an agreement in writing or getting everyone on the same page about what's happening with the sale of this property. Is a CPL going to be removed? Is the one party going to be willing to remove it? What's happening with the proceeds? What's happening with the debts? It all kind of goes into the same sort of concept, is reducing what's going on with the property to writing so we can have a smooth closing process.
Fantastic. What I understood, it's better to have something in writing to make the process easier and smoother when you want to do the transaction. But in the recent situation that we had, the couple, they already had something in writing, but we had a lot of complications in the when you want to do the transaction. So what was the problem with that? Can you explain a little bit more?
Yes, Ryan, that's a great question, specifically in light of 2026 and the AI world that we are living in. We have a lot of clients who come through who are getting divorced. They've done something, produced something in writing. You can tell it's AI generated. It's great. Having something in writing as opposed to nothing is great. However, I would stress the point of going to see a professional. In other words, going to see a family law lawyer if you are divorcing or splitting can only help the process, because if what you have done by yourself without the assistance of a professional can actually more complicate the process. As much as it might not seem that way, things aren't clear, you're still unable to complete the closing process. It would be like trying to sell again your house by yourself, which again people can, but you go to a professional to have it done correctly. It's the same concept here. Going to a professional, a family law lawyer, having something drawn up professionally and diligently can only help your situation.
That was a great conversation. So what's the last piece of advice you want to share with us?
Yeah, for a smooth transaction come closing, the best piece of advice I could give to someone would be, don't get married.